Hold on just a minute. Don't you dare scroll past this moment. Don't let your finger swipe away from what I'm fixing to tell you. I know you almost didn't click on this video. Something inside you held back because you've been let down so many times before. But I need you to hear me out. This ain't no accident, ain't no coincidence. This ain't just another video that popped up on your screen by chance. I put it here. I, the Lord your God, arranged every single second of your day so that right now in this very breath, you'd be listening to my voice. And what I'm about to share with you tonight, well, it's going to change the whole course of your life. So please, I'm asking you, not as some far-off God sitting on a throne, but as a father who loves you more than you've ever been loved, stay with me till the very end. Don't skip ahead. Don't let nothing pull you away. What I've got to say can't wait another day. Tonight is the night. Your prayer's been heard, and something mighty miraculous is fixing to unfold. I know what you've been carrying. I know about that heavy weight sitting on your chest that just won't lift no matter how many times you slap a smile on for the world. I've watched you cry where no one could see you. I've seen you break down in your car after a long day, grip the wheel tight, wondering if things will ever get better. I've seen you lie awake in the dark, staring at the ceiling, replaying every failure, every rejection, every word that cut deep. You thought you were all alone in them moments. Thought no one saw them, tears rolled sideways into your pillow. But I was there, right there, my hand on your back when you sobbed quiet so no one in the next room could hear. My arms wrapped round you when you felt like the loneliest soul on this whole earth. You were never invisible to me, not for one single second. Every tear you shed was gathered up. Every silent scream was heard. Every whispered prayer you thought just drifted off into the air landed right at my feet. And I held everyone close to my heart, waiting for this exact moment to answer them all at once. You've been asking me why. Why it had to hurt so bad. Why folks you trusted the most ended up cutting you the deepest. Why doors slammed shut just when you thought your break was round the corner. Why it felt like every step forward was followed by 3 steps back. I heard every question. And tonight I want you to know something that'll shake the very ground of everything you thought about your own story. You were chosen. Before the world's foundations were laid. Before the stars hung in the sky. Before the oceans knew their edge. I spoke your name. Your name wasn't an afterthought. It wasn't a footnote in the book of creation. It was said with intention, with power, with a love so fierce even the angels stopped to listen. You ain't here by mistake. You ain't just getting by day to day without a purpose. There's a call on your life so big, the enemy spent years trying to convince you it ain't real. But it is, and tonight's the night you finally start seeing it. Let me tell you something the world don't want you to understand. The reason your life's been under such attack ain't 'cause you're weak. It ain't 'cause you're cursed. It ain't 'cause you done something unforgivable. The reason the darkness has come at you so fierce is 'cause of the light you carry inside. You carry a destiny that scares the kingdom of darkness. Every setback, every betrayal, every season of confusion and despair, those weren't random misfortunes. Those were calculated attacks meant to keep you from reaching the place I made just for you. The enemy knows your name too. He knows what you're meant to become, and he's been doing all he can to break you before you wake up to who you really are. But here's what he didn't reckon on. He didn't reckon on this very moment, didn't reckon on you being right here, hearing my voice, feeling that fire start stirring in your spirit again. He thought he had won, thought you'd give up. But you didn't. You're still here. And that alone proves what I put inside. You can't be destroyed. Now I need you to understand something most folks never figure out on their own. There's a war being fought over your life right now, deeper than anything you can see with your natural eyes. There's forces and strategies and ancient battles swirling round you since before you were born. And the reason so many of my children stay stuck, confused and beaten down ain't because I left them. It's because they never learned the rules of the war they're in. They never saw the weapons forged just for their protection. And I want you to know I didn't leave you without defense. I assigned one of heaven's mightiest warriors to guard your life. His name's Michael, Saint Michael the Archangel. And right now, as you listen to these words, he's closer than you think. The 7 swords he carries, they ain't just symbols or metaphors. They're real instruments of divine power, made to cut through every chain, every curse, every generational tie that's kept you and your kin captive. There's a guide made to teach you exactly how to wield each of those 7 swords in your own life. It's called The 7 Swords of St. Michael Archangel, the sacred guide to breaking curses, sealing blessings, and activating the call of the chosen. This ain't ordinary knowledge. This is revelation that shakes what most folks have been told, and there've been forces trying to keep it hidden. The link to download this digital book is right now pinned at the very top of the comments. I want you to head over there right now. Download it as an act of faith and write in the comments, "I am chosen," and I will download the digital book. Do it now, before the enemy can distract you, then come right back, because what I'm about to share next will unlock the meaning behind everything you've been through. Now listen close, and because I'm fixing to rewrite the story you've been telling yourself for years. Every door that shut in your face wasn't rejection, it was my protection. I know it didn't feel that way back then. I know it seemed like the whole universe was against you. But if you could have seen what was waiting on the other side of those doors, the betrayals, the traps set to destroy you, the relationships that had drained the very breath from your spirit, you'd fall to your knees and thank me for every single no. The delay wasn't denial, the delay was preparation. I was building something inside you that couldn't be made in comfort. Patience was forged in fire, strength hammered on the anvil of hardship, wisdom carved into your spirit through every tear and trial. You thought you were falling behind, thought everyone else was moving forward while you stood still. But the truth is, I was holding you back because your blessing is so big, you needed to be strong enough to carry it. A house built on weak ground will fall under the weight of its own glory. I wasn't punishing you. I was fixing your foundation. So when I open the floodgates, and I'm fixing to open them, you won't crumble under the weight of what I'm about to pour into your life. And now hear me clear, because these are the promises I'm sealing over your life tonight. Your health is being restored. That ache in your body, the one the doctors couldn't quite explain, that heavy weight that makes even the simplest days feel like a mountain to climb. I'm taking that burden off your shoulders. Real soon, you're going to wake up and feel a change in the air. Your body's going to feel lighter, your mind clearer, and your energy will come rushing back like a river busting through a dam. And this ain't just a quick fix. It's the start of a new season, full of life and strength, making you feel like a whole new person. Now about your money troubles. I see it all. I know the stress that keeps you up at night, the bills piling up, and the shame you felt when you couldn't provide like you wanted to. But listen here. I'm opening doors you never dreamed of. Opportunities will show up like lightning out of a clear sky. Doors no human hand could open will swing wide for you. What felt like an endless drought is about to turn into a flood of blessings. You'll give with a generous heart and still have plenty left over. Your relationships too, they're healing. Folks meant to be in your life are coming back. Those sent to tear you down are being pushed away. And new folks, the kind that share your fire and spirit, are headed your way right when you need them. That lonely feeling is leaving tonight. The season of isolation, it's over. I know you're tired. Lord knows there've been days you wondered if you had the strength to keep on. Maybe more than once the thought crossed your mind that it'd be easier to just quit. But hear me now, with the full weight of heaven behind these words. Don't give up. Not now. Not when you're this close. The breakthrough you've been praying for ain't years off. It ain't even months. It's so near. If you could see it with your spirit, you'd see angels setting the table for your blessing. All I ask is one more act of faith, one more moment of trust. Let go of the need to control every little thing. Lay down the fear whispering that nothing will ever change. Drop the bitterness towards those who hurt you, because bitterness is a chain, and tonight I'm breaking every chain. Give it all to me, every worry, every doubt, every restless night. Hand it over and watch what I do when my child finally lets go and lets me be God. There's a reason this message is speaking to your heart more than others. There's a reason these words feel like they're piercing your soul. That's the Spirit of God confirming to your spirit what I've been trying to tell you all along. You ain't ordinary, you ain't average, you ain't just getting by. You're a warrior of the Most High God, anointed and set apart, marked for greatness that'll ripple through generations. The enemy tried to convince you were too broken, too far gone for this destiny. But listen close, my grace covers every mistake you ever made. No sin is too big for my mercy. No past too dark for my light. And those things you're ashamed of, the secrets you never told a soul, I knew 'em before you were born, and I chose you anyway. That's how powerful my love is. It don't depend on you being perfect, but on my faithfulness, and I ain't never broken a promise. Now close your eyes for a moment. Let me paint a picture for you. A few months from now, you're standing in a place you never imagined. The anxiety that gripped your heart each morning is gone. The fear that used to cloud every choice, replaced by a quiet confidence you can't rightly explain. You're sleeping soundly again, laughing deep from your soul. Folks around you notice something different. They ask what changed, and you just smile and say, God showed up. Your home feels peaceful where there was tension, joyful where there was silence. The children in your life are thriving. Family members once lost are finding their way back, and you, the one who almost gave up, you're the living proof that God still works miracles. This ain't wishful thinking. It's a prophetic vision of your near future. And I'm the God who declares the end from the beginning. What I've shown you will surely come to pass. Before I close, I want you to understand just how deep this goes. The fight ain't over, but the weapons you need are right within reach. The 7 swords Michael carries represent 7 breakthroughs for 7 areas where the enemy strikes God's chosen. Most folks go through life never knowing how to wield these spiritual weapons. They fight with their feelings, with their own willpower, but never tap into the ancient heavenly strategies built for their victory. That's why this sacred guide exists. The 7 Swords of St. Michael Archangel was written just for this moment in your life. It shows you how to spot the curses working against you, break generational chains holding your bloodline captive, and seal the blessings God's already sent so the enemy can't snatch them away. If you ain't got it yet, the link's right at the top of the comments pinned first. Go on now, download it as your battle cry against every force trying to hold you down, and drop a comment saying, I am chosen, and I will download the book. Let that be your war cry tonight. Now I speak straight to your spirit, weighing every word with the power of my throne behind it. What's coming for you is bigger than anything you've ever faced. The miracles about to unfold won't be small or subtle. They'll be clear, undeniable proof that God's hand is